Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video I'm going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. I'm going to be playing this brand new scenario that came out yesterday and was updated today called Superhero Sidekick RPG. In this scenario, you play as a superhero sidekick, but my goal is to try and get upgraded, or maybe promoted? Promoted would be the better term. To get promoted from superhero sidekick to full superhero in 30 minutes. Can I do it? Let's find out. Let me start up the timer right now and jump right into the adventure. Okay, so the timer has started. Let's hit that play button. So my name's going to be Jet Black. My age is going to be 23. I'm going to be male. Let's see, superhero that I'm the sidekick of, Majestic Man. What are the colors, what are the colors of my costume? Black and white. There we go. Let's hit it up. So I'm trying to see, how do you get promoted to become a full superhero normally? You are Jet Black, a 23-year-old male. You have always dreamed of being a superhero, but you never had actual superhero powers, but you have always been quick-witted. Last year, the superhero Majestic Man took interest in your wit, agility, and high endurance. Majestic Man offered you the role as their new sidekick. Ever since then, you have been fighting crime alongside Majestic Man. Sort of. Okay, not really. Even though it has been a year, Majestic Man says that you have yet to prove yourself worthy of fighting by their side. You think you have come up with a foolproof plan to get Majestic Man to realize you are right for this role. You are going over your plan one more time. There is a small robbery happening at the bank. Majestic Man is busy at the moment. Well, Majestic Man doesn't actually know about the robbery, so you are going to deal with it before Majestic Man even knows about it. You change into your costume. It is black and white. It has small details that match Majestic Man. You go over your plan another time, really quick, and head to the robbery in progress. You get out of your car and approach the bank. You see a man with a gun lunging over a teller. "Put all the money in the bag now," he shouts. The teller puts a bag of money in front of him. Okay, cool. So my plan is to get promoted to full-on superhero. I don't want to be a sidekick. So I'm going to say, "Stop right there. There's a new hero in town. I am Jet Black. And I am replacing Majestic Man as the city's new #1 superhero." Okay, so that's what I'm going for. That's like the goal of the whole 30 minutes, is to just become... Yeah, let me get the mayor to say it in 30 minutes. "Oh yeah? Well, you better start working out more and get yourself a shield," then the thief laughs, and then he starts shooting at you. You quickly use your speed to dodge all the bullets. "What kind of amateur is this?" "Hey, wait," you yell, but he continues to fire. Okay, interesting. It mentions that I don't have any powers. I'm just like quick-witted. And somehow I'm dodging gunfire. Let's see. You are surprised that you are fast enough to dodge bullets. Considering the fact that you have no powers, you think that maybe your adrenaline is what is allowing you to move so quickly. But if that's the case, then you know that you won't be able to keep dodging like this for long. Yeah, because this is like a really interesting scenario to be in, because you specifically have no powers. You are just quick-witted, but you're able to dodge gunfire. You try to remember everything your father taught you about guns. It's going to be close, but you can do this. You start to move your body just slightly when the bullets are near you, and safe from danger when they are far away. So it's like you're aim dodging? You realize that your knowledge of guns is much more in depth than you originally thought. You seem to be capable of aim dodging which is the ability to dodge gunfire by predicting where bullets are going to go before they are shot. Yeah, because aim dodging is an interesting feat that some superheroes are capable of, where it's like, it's not that I'm faster than a speeding bullet, but just I know where the bullet's going to go, I can get out of the way. You're really showing this guy up right now. The thief begins cursing and saying, "Where the hell did Majestic Man find this guy?" You hear him muttering. "I don't think you're going to want to be talking too much, pal." I'm going to get rid of this talking too much line, and I'm going to say, "I am not Majestic Man's sidekick. I am Jet Black, and I am going to replace Majestic Man as the #1 hero of this city. Today, I am going to get the official Superhero of the City award from the mayor. That's what I'm going to ask for once I take you down." You attempt to aim dodge past all of the crook's bullets, race up to the crook, and disarm them. I do like that I can aim dodge. When he was shooting at me, I initially thought I was just going to get shot and have to deal with it. You managed to get past all the bullets and disarm the crook before you can fire. "Huh, now I'm in control," you exclaim. Suddenly the crook pulls out a bomb. "Oh shit!" You get out before the bomb explodes. Whoa, what? So this dude decided that if he wasn't going to be able to, like, rob the bank, that he was just going to blow himself up. Let's see. You rush back into the destroyed bank to try and get out any survivors. You are surprised that the bank robber was ready, like had a suicide bomb ready. It doesn't seem like that bank robber was super confident in their abilities, or maybe the bomb was supposed to be their get out card. Well, no, it's not their getaway free card because he just set it off. He set it off as soon as he didn't have the gun. You're supposed to use that as leverage, I imagine, to let you escape. You notice the teller lying unconscious behind her desk. You run over to her and wake her up. "Quickly, we need to leave before another explosion occurs," you say, trying to pick her up. "What? What's going on?" she says as she gets up. "Was the teller a woman before?" Oh, the teller didn't have a specific gender before. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to not yell, "Quickly, we need to leave before another..." Well, I mean, I guess I can say something along those lines, but just say, "We need to leave." Don't say "before another explosion occurs," because that doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's see. The crook was strapped with a suicide bomb. The structural integrity of this bank likely won't last long. I need to get as many survivors out of here as possible. Was there anyone else in the bank before the bomb went off? Yeah, I need to try and see if I can save as many people as possible. Technically, I did stop the bank robber. The bank robber definitely didn't rob the bank. Yeah, but he left before it happened. He said something about getting the police. Perfect, we can get out of here quickly. My car is just outside. You make your way to the door with the teller in tow. Excuse me. Let's see. You walk the teller a safe distance away from the bank, and you wait for the news and the police to arrive so that you can announce that you are the new #1 hero of the city. Being able to aim dodge isn't a bad power. You walk the teller a safe distance away from the bank, and you wait for the news and police to arrive so that you can announce that you are the #1 hero of the city. The next few days pass quietly. Then something unexpected happens. I'm going to refresh that because it just kind of rehashed what I said and then time skipped. The news does arrive shortly, but not to film the destruction of the bank. They instead film you getting into an argument with the bank teller. Oh. What would I have argued with the bank teller about, actually? You quickly apologize to the bank teller. Approach the news cameras and explain how you helped to save the bank teller's life. You are trying to convince the people of the city that you deserve to be the new #1 superhero of the city. Hopefully this works. It seems like it's going to be a little sloppy. The news reporters and the police just look at you strange. Yeah, sure, kid, now get out of here, the police officer says to you. You can't believe it. They don't believe that you are the real hero. This bank teller is lying about everything. Wait, what? Okay. You go back into the bank to retrieve the security camera footage and try to show the footage to the police and the news crew in order to prove that you're a hero. Yeah, this is such a weird situation that, like, the bank teller would be lying about my heroism. You rush back into the destroyed bank. You see the security cameras, but they're all broken and destroyed. Maybe the police will still believe you if you bring them pieces of the cameras as proof. Suddenly, the floor of the bank collapses. Okay, that's not good. You attempt to quickly leap off of the falling debris and try to grab the edge of the broken floor to avoid falling into the basement of the bank. Yeah, this isn't looking good. It doesn't seem like I'll be able to convince them that I'm the #1 hero, especially if the bank teller's lying. You jump off the falling debris, but you don't grab onto anything. You fall and hit your head on a broken piece of concrete. The last thing that you hear is the teller laughing. Ah, great. Okay. You wake up and look around. Because I imagine I'm just not unconscious. I don't know if I'm inside of the bank's basement or if I would wake up in a hospital or what. You are in darkness and you can barely move your arms or legs. You also feel something around your neck. You try to call out, but a gag is stuffed in your mouth. You can't breathe. Oh, this is like a really bad situation. Okay. I can't even talk, actually. Okay. Try to struggle out of your restraints. Yeah, this is a really weird situation. Is the bank teller a bad guy? You try, but your movement is restricted by chains. You even try to use your super strength to break free, but there's no use. You can't break free, and eventually you run out of air. Oh, the game's just straight up like, you're gonna die, dude. Okay. So if I'm out of air, you attempt to stay conscious as you run out of air. You hope that whoever has kidnapped you will arrive shortly to remove your gag and to monologue about whatever evil plan they have. They might just be like, no, you just die. You just suffocate and die. You continue to struggle against the chains. Finally, you pass out from lack of oxygen. You never awaken again. Ba-na-ba-ba-na. Okay, well that sucks. Where are we in time? 14 minutes and 24 seconds left. Oh, wait. Ghost run. Ghost run. You become a ghost and fly around the room that your dead body is restrained inside of. You are looking for clues to the identity of the person who kidnapped and murdered you. You imagine that you were likely kidnapped by the bank teller or one of the enemies of Majestic Man. You have a feeling that the bank teller might have been working with the bank robber, as the bank teller miraculously survived the bank explosion and actively worked to sully your name in front of the press and the police. Yeah, like the bank teller seems to be acting incredibly suspect, but also it makes sense why an enemy of Majestic Man might want to take me down as well. This attempt to find clues is useless, as the only light in the room comes from the open door and there are no windows to let in any natural light. You give up on your why would I give up? And why would I wait multiple years? Excuse me. Let's see. So, you open the door all the way in order to let in more light so that you can better examine the room. You hope that if you can solve your own murder and catch whoever's responsible, that you still have the chance to become the city's #1 hero. So that's the plan. I'm going to solve my own murder in order to try and become the city's #1 hero. You open the door and the sunlight from outside floods into the room. You look around, but all you see is a dirt floor, some pieces of old furniture, and an old mirror leaning against the wall. You exit the building you're inside of and analyze the exterior. I want to know, I guess, what kind of building I'm in, because I honestly don't know. You leave the building and find yourself outside of a large abandoned mining town called Crackton. It is a dismal place full of broken windows, boarded up buildings, and leaning signs. Okay. You search the town, wondering if your murderer might still be in the town somewhere. This is like a really creepy, dark story, I would say. You search the town, but it is so dilapidated and overgrown with weeds that you can't find much of anything. You do, however, notice a saloon and decide to enter it. You head into the saloon through the swinging doors. Okay. While searching for the murderer, you also search for any other victims. Yeah, because if this is like a serial killer who brings people to like this abandoned town and like leaves them like strapped and gagged, then I could defeat like a legitimate villain. You search the saloon but don't find anyone. You do find a small .22 pistol under one of the tables. You pick it up and examine it before putting it in your pocket. Ghost with a gun. That's one way to get a spirit gun. Okay, let's see. So, you fly, you phase through the roof of the saloon and fly high into the sky. You look down on the abandoned town from above to see if you can spot anyone, to see if you can spot anyone in town. I'm trying to get a bird's eye view. And if I can, I now have a gun. I'm a ghost with a gun. This is a pretty dangerous combo. From above, the town looks more like an ant farm. You see tumbleweeds blowing down the main street and a few crows hopping around on top of a saloon roof. Great. Okay. You fly back down to the ground and look for clues. You are hoping to find some kind of trail that you can follow to the murderer. Ding, 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 ding. And since I'm a ghost, I probably don't leave fingerprints. So the murder weapon still is, like, good to use as evidence, I imagine. You look around the main street of the town, but you don't find much. You, however, notice a trail of footprints in the dirt. They lead to the edge of town and stop. Okay? You check to see if there are any tire tracks at the edge of town where the footprints stop. If there are, then I could potentially, follow those tracks, and they might lead to the murderer. There are tire tracks at the end of the footprints. They seem to lead off into the desert outside of town. You follow the tire tracks for hours, but they just keep going and going, and it becomes apparent that whoever left this trail has a vehicle out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. I mean, I'm a ghost. I have plenty of time. You keep following the tracks in search of the vehicle. The vehicle may have some clues. I really just need evidence of the murderer, of pretty much everything. After a few more hours of searching, you find an abandoned gas station. There are no vehicles around, but there is a dust-covered motorcycle parked in the corner. You inspect the bike, but don't find any clues linking it to the murderer. You do, however, notice a key in the ignition. You think that the dust-covered motorcycle might be covered in desert sand. You think the motorcycle isn't necessarily old. Let's get that necessarily spelled correctly. It is just not covered in order to protect it from the elements. If I can still track it through the desert or whatever, it really couldn't have been here that long. I guess I'm going to search the gas station for any secret passageways. You think this place could be the murderer's secret hideout. It is interesting to do a full-on, like, ghost detective thing. That's really not where I thought this would go. I've been watching some Yu Yu Hakusho recently, so this is kind of up my alley right now. Let's see. You look for secret passages, but don't find any. You start the motorcycle, but it's out of gas. You then notice the gas tank has a cap on it. You unscrew the gas tank and peer inside. Why would I look inside of the gas tank? Of course it has a cap on it. That's just how, like, vehicles work, so that the gas doesn't just leak out. Or for whatever reason, you know, the gas cap. I imagine that's the reason. Let's see. And also, I wouldn't start the motorcycle. I wonder. You fly high into the sky again in order to see if the trail that you followed was only one of many. If it was, then the trail you followed could have been a fake trail left to trick you. If it wasn't, then the crook must be nearby. That's what I would suspect. You spot another dust trail in the desert and follow it. You come across an old abandoned house. The house is dilapidated and covered in a fine layer of dust. The windows are broken, and there is no door on the front entrance. Okay. You float through the opening. I guess you float through the door and look around for who you suspect to be the murderer. I'm curious how you would leave the motorcycle at the gas station but really be at the abandoned house. You hear a shuffling noise from inside the house. "Who's there?" calls a voice from inside the house. A man comes out of the shadows with a baseball bat in his hands. He takes a swing at you and hits you straight in the face. You are shocked that his baseball bat is capable of hitting a ghost. You jump away from the man and say, "Your baseball bat must be special if it can hit a ghost. You're no ordinary person. Ordinary people can't fight supernatural beings and don't hide away in abandoned houses." Are you murdering people and leaving their bodies in the abandoned town that's a few hours away? Oh, I said abandoned down instead of town. You watch as the man sits down on a nearby wooden chair and starts to cry. "I didn't want to kill anybody. It was her fault. It was her idea. I'm no murderer." The man starts sobbing uncontrollably. Are you referring to the bank teller? Did she talk you into committing these murders? I have suspicions of the bank teller, so of course I'm going to try and throw her under the bus whenever possible. The man sobs for a few minutes before composing himself. I'm not a murderer, he says, through tears and snot. I'm just lonely. The man pauses. Hmm. Who manipulated you into committing these murders? Like, into doing these murders? I need a name. And I need a motive. Ah, crap. Okay. So sadly, we failed to get promoted into a full-on superhero. Uh, Womp womp. That was our goal. We also kind of just failed in every way possible. We saved the bank teller, but I think the bank teller might have been the bad guy in the first place. We stopped the crook, though, and we learned that we could aim dodge, which was pretty cool. Too bad we didn't aim dodge that baseball bat, but whatever. What do you guys think of this adventure? Should I try the speed run again in the future and see if I'll be able to pull it off with like a second attempt? Should I continue this story where it left off and try and solve the murder mystery? Do you have a scenario that you'd like me to do? Definitely let me know in the comment section below. And on our Discord, your scenario should be safe for work. You should include a link to the AI dungeon scenario in the comments or on the Discord. And you should have a goal for me to try and achieve within 30 minutes. If you guys like AI Dungeon 2 content, you should definitely check out my series, Jet Starlight and Xena Fairy Monster Hunters. I upload a new episode of that series every day. But anyways, thank you all once again for tuning in. The show's your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chickadagawa.